say like get on black men's asses for being a interracial relationship with white women. So I told her, whatever goes on between a black woman and a white woman is none of the black woman's business, right? And then I proceed to ask her if women from okay, so I brought up how my dad has a rich culture, right? I brought up that he has a rich culture, right? I brought that up. He is from a rich culture, and if women from my dad's community say outlandish stuff to disrespect her, to say that she should have taught me my dad's culture, would that be appropriate? Would that be appropriate? Because I have mentioned before, to you that I had some Indian girls, they would stalk me. They would stalk me, get irritated the fact that my mom was black. Hi, Rico. Hi. Wait, I haven't been playing with you. Yeah. So yeah. So it's just like they make these topics and just complain about what another race of woman isn't doing to serve black people's interests, is, including mixed race kids to understand black people or the black identity. What happened? Which one is this, Twitch or YouTube? Where am I in? Where's Rico? Hey, welcome. Yeah. So it's just like, what do you think? So do you think that's appropriate? Do you think that is very appropriate just for black women to nag at different race of women for not engaging in black culture? Like they always complain, oh, this woman don't have any black friends, don't have any black female friends. They just want the black man and have them raggedy mixed kids and get on with their day. Like they felt left out, that they cannot provide any service. And it's like, also, it goes down to like the mammy trope. You know what I'm saying? The mammy trope is just like, why do you want to take care of kids? Why do you want to get involved with kids that aren't even yours? Why do you want to carry a whole burden? What, like, why? Like, I feel like, at this point, it's gonna boost their self-esteem for the, not just like self-esteem. It's like they helped a mixed child understand them, not themselves. Like like they feel beautiful, like they feel beautiful with their hair. That they having fun with black people or black friends, or like they eating good food, right? Yeah. But these grannies don't have access. The grannies, like they don't, like the moms. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Can I ask you something about my dad? About my dad. Did he is he one if he was a woman, if he was my mama and my mama was my daddy, would you think that his intentions, like part of the divorce, was to strip me away from that relationship? So like this there's a small intention, even my father did not want me to have a relationship with my mom's culture. Like I understand, like my mom didn't have the best background, and I don't mean ethnically, I mean like how she was raised. Like being around suburban black folks, her story is not something to talk about. Like, that's something like I gotta keep to myself. You know? It wasn't that pretty to hear, but it happened anyways. Lo-fi. Do I hear? Yeah. I'm trying to see. Yeah.
Parents are different, so you can have two white people and one kid comes from a different social economic status or education background or what, even ethnic identity, and they don't want association with that side of the family. Black people over get involved in things like they have no control over. That's not something black women should be concerning themselves with.
Yeah. And so
If you can't, and
mhm.
yeah, it's silly to me. It's just silly to me.
Cause you know how they talk about racism, or like, oh, the white in the white world, the police gonna see you as black, but it's
Black.
just like, and it's just like
I watched a white person call.
you going down the mammy trope. You going down the
I
mammy
watched a
trope.
I watched a white person call a South Asian person the N word. So, and that is to say, like they were so worried about white racism. White racism doesn't make race, and anyone can be racist. So it could be two people of color calling each other the N word, and they have no black ancestry. Does that make them black? Because sometimes I've seen Latinos do it. I've seen South Asians do it. And so does that make them black because
Mm,
they call themselves each other the N word?
yeah.
I guess so.
I also brought up how like those Indian girls, like they would stalk me. Because I post about cultural commentary a lot, right? They would stalk
Yeah.
me, and then the moment they get mad, they bring up that my mom is black, and they call me, and then it's like some people, like they will call me the N word, like they just try to find their best to be racist to me, and then
Yeah.
I saw people in the comments like saying, okay, but how do they like no way they're saying like calling you the N word. I'm like, yes, they are. Like they don't think these things happen to me. Like I get called the N word. I get called. There's people who would stalk me to show aggression towards me for being mixed with black. You could tell like they look at me, and I seem like the type of person who be giving grace over racism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they're stupid. Just ignore them.
yeah,
They're pretty dumb.
yeah. So what's up with black people trying to say that I don't know myself when I have
What
to
do they mean by that?
yeah, they
What
say
do they mean by you don't know yourself?
that I don't know myself because most of the time they don't really know about pseudo races. Like for instance, I I talked about it with my friend who's part Guyanese. Something like that. And I also made like comment, well, no, just like comments or posts how I don't like, it's just the categories that Asians try to fall under, and it goes down to pseudoscience about race.
Yeah.
Because what we learn in South Asian with South Asians or from our parents, it's not what is taught at school or however Black people feel, right? So
Right.
if I said if I knew my race, right? Other than saying
Yeah.
Asian, I would have said Indo-Iranic. I would have said Indo-Iranic.
Okay.
Yeah, because they keep saying that Pakistanis are Middle Eastern, South Asian, Indian. But like with just looking at my dad, if you look at my dad, people have different opinions about him. They're gonna say, "Oh, that looks like a Middle Eastern man. That looks like a white man." No, like no, he's Pakistani. They Indian. Like you can hear all this type of conversation. Okay, but like the simplest way to put it is he's Indo-Iranic. And that's not something, yeah, that's not something you would hear in conversations about from Black people. They ain't never looked at that pseudo. They probably have, the pseudo race charts, but it's just like, what are you based off of U.S. standards?
Right.
And then I also, like looking at Dee Dee, was she mad that I said like there's people who check me as black and white?
Yeah, she's mad because African Americans a large racial ethnicity in America.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? Did I show you the? Yeah. They show you the link.
Show me what?
The link that we're actually Creole. Like, besides you being Louisiana Creole, but like being Black American is also a Creole ethnicity.
Atlantic Creole.
Atlantic Creole. So this whole time we were Creole. This is funny.
Well, I disagree with that slightly. And maybe I'm just biased,
Mm-hmm.
and this is why I disagree. Black Americans, they believed about the first slave ships that were brought over by the British.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they start their lineage at. They don't claim Caribbean lineage. People brought over Spanish and French. They foundational Black Americans distance themselves from Caribbean people and people brought over by the Spanish and the French to distance themselves from Latinos.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't
You don't
consider
think
African Americans Creole. They don't consider themselves Creole in the same way. Like they would distance themselves from Caribbean people, which I understand there's different ethnicities. So you could be African American, you could be like all these different ethnicities and still be under the same umbrella. But
do you believe we are Creole? Yeah, do you think we, okay, aside from like the names, do you think we are still a Creole group?
No.
Oh.
I don't. I mean that. I'm
it
biased.
makes sense.
I'm really biased on this, and no, I don't think that we are one continuous Creole groups. The British had different racial hierarchies than the Spanish and the French.
Yeah, because like
the British didn't want there to be mixing, so there was less mixed people.
So there was a discussion like, Gullah Geechees on a Creole group, and then they had to like Google like, oh, they actually are Creole, and then
the Gullah Geechees, I don't even consider Gullah Geechees African Americans. They were here first.
Yeah.
They were the first groups to get freedom, in a sense, to get freedom and land. And so, and they are one of the purest groups. And I don't mean purest like racial purest, but like
Yeah.
they have the most African.
Mostly.
I don't even consider, yeah, I don't even consider them African American. I consider them their own ethno
And
racial
I was
group.
talking about like, the different sub groups that occur in Black American society, like the Mississippi Deltas, the Mississippi Chicagoans, the somewhat Louisiana Creole, because I also mentioned like how a lot of them ended up being mixed race, and then up in the discussion they always talk about like the ones who got darker or blacker. They always brag about that their grandparent is at least light skinned. They always got that light skinned grandparent, right?
That's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
African Americans, I will say African Americans probably have Creole ancestry,
Yeah.
but I don't consider them part of the Creole people because they're not fighting to keep the identity
But
together.
like, if you see people like Beyonce, they're acting like, Beyonce. People talk about Beyonce like she's only Louisiana Creole, like she's Creole, and meanwhile her
She's
daddy's not
from
Creole.
Texas.
Yeah, but like her
Yeah,
daddy's not
and she's from
Creole.
Texas.
Yeah, and her daddy's not
Right.
Creole at all. He's African American. So
Exactly.
you got family dynamics like that. You got, at least either your mama or your daddy's Creole, or you just got one Creole parent or like one Creole grandparent. That's what it is.
And that's fine. That's like mixed ethnicity. And I look, if African Americans found out that they had Creole ancestry and they wanted to claim it, I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they should be able to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Because they're very disrespectful. They're very disrespectful to other ethnicities of Black. So I don't consider them Creole, even if they come from the same background, because they hold up the one drop rule. They hold up British racial standards.
And then what else? I also came across like I should have showed you the video. So there's this, apparently, what's it called? Lana Beach. So there was like this old reality TV show called Lana Beach, and it's not just that, like it's probably like some type of reunion or interview that occurred from. Apparently she's mixed or a quadroon, and then Black mixed people are, so confused, like, okay, they're calling her self-hating, they're just like shocked to see somebody like her act like, that she's not Black, right?
Oh.
And so I said to somebody, she don't, if she's not comfortable being Black, there's probably a psychological reason why. And they're like, okay, there's biracials that look like, she don't look like a white woman. There's biracials that look like her and they still Black, and I'm just like, that's not the case. What did I say? Let me show you what I say.
Bringing up someone's ethnicity to disprove a specific person's identity is, that's why I don't.
I'm sure the woman's shocked that I said this. I'm sure the woman's okay. So I said I think most of these athletes, so they're just comparing Mariah athletes to that woman. I said most of these athletes, like Steph Curry, whoever else, Mariah the scientist, don't have two Black parents. They have mixed parents, and they kept calling themselves Black. Mixed race people in America who made families and light skinned and other mixed people deny their whiteness and get mad when you see that they're mixed with white. Shaq didn't see that Curry was Black at all. What else?
I don't.
Yeah.
So Steph Curry and Mariah the scientist are weird because like Black people say that they have two Black parents, and I'm just like,
no, like knowing damn well like your granny gonna call Steph Curry mama's white. Like.
right.
That's what I felt about like, people trying to say, oh, like Mariah Carey's from the 70s, like she grew up like in the 80s and stuff, and racism was still prevalent to a point where like she has to be black. She has to be told that she's black. And I'm just like, okay, so would they're saying, we're supposed to follow white people's racist rules, right? But so like, because for me it's just like, okay, but what if I listen to black people, like what they gotta say, right? This like me going up to these panels, they calling me Arab, a Middle Eastern, white. They say I was white passing and shit. So it's like it's no point where y'all telling me I gotta listen to racist white people. And then there was some comments like in my older videos where I was told that white people were only going to see me as black, and they didn't know what my other ethnicity was. Like the bitch had to scroll down to see what I was, to figure out like, oh, if she's not white or white identified or come from white culture, what is she then? Like, imagine being told that. Like there's some people who be like, oh, nobody's telling you that, that you're black. Nobody sees you as black. But then there's actual people who are telling me that I'm going to be seen or treated as black, and that's not the case. I guess sometimes they want to prove a point.
To say
yeah. So what other things that that was told? I said, okay, let me look. So black people in America are mixed race because of history. Nobody's pure anything. Most black Americans are 25% European. Some are more with black parents. We still say we are black though. Okay, this is my response. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, but that's like people who kept the culture black in the house, not people like that girl in the video. I see comments in the video saying that she hates being black because she doesn't really see black people as relatable. She looks like she gets along with white women more than black women. And then she said it's a cultural thing. Her getting along with white people better, which doesn't change her genetics. There are black women who are mixed looking black and still went to school with white people who speak just like this. I know black people who speak just like this, and they hang around with other black people who speak like this. Black people are not a monolith. There are different kinds of black people that's on her parents if she doesn't seem relatable. And I know white women who are more relatable than her. Color doesn't necessarily mean culture, and she doesn't look white at all. She looks like a biracial woman. So what's the goal here? So are we going down to the line that, oh, all American people are relatable, or is just the distinction between white and black people? Which one is it? Because I can understand you can relate to white women because of little interests, or like you're part of the same social group. Like at the same time, it's just like, okay, we're talking about the cultural distinction, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm just like, okay, her genetics and culture is far from black. Branded as black is also a weird statement to black people because she feels uncomfortable. So apparently in the show, she was branded as black, the black girl. And, like the black girl in the class, the black girl in the friend group, the token. Right. I don't like the idea of a token. Like I even been treated like I was a damn token. I'm just like, like being called the token, because being in a black school, like, oh, I was the token Pakistan, and right. I just did not appreciate that. Like y'all know, like who cooking my biryani, who cooking my soul food, who cooking my fried chicken, making my Kool-Aid, like like all the stereotypical dumb stuff, like regarding to food. And so, and I also say, like, I don't care if you met in whatever scent I was supposed to chop off, but I walked into the living room to hear my auntie get called an Oreo. Like what type of nigga is you? Rhetorics, having a high vocabulary. You're not finna to compare black people, blackity black, if you want to make it to that description. Right. To people like her. Your comparison that not all black people aren't a monolith isn't fair to black people. Mixed people aren't gonna aren't in that category, whatever you're trying to advocate. She looks like a mixed race person. If you know what people's look like, if you know what people look like when black people fuck outside the race, white people also make raggedy ass mixed kids and always leaving the genetic trails of their offspring. You expect me to not see that she is white? Black people aren't a dumpster for racial rejects like her. You know, biracial woman of what race? White culture. That's all she sees in herself. And so she brought up the fact that my mama is mixed race and dad is black doesn't make me mixed. So she's trying to say she's not mixed because she got blacker, right? Or is it just a light skin or dark skin thing? You know, she's like, you know, conflicted that she's brown, that she's darker than most mixed people are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I say, so you just great bragging about how you blacker than your mama. That background story isn't new to me. You're just like any other girls who want to defend their mixed race mama for sleeping with and marrying a black man. You're telling me you aren't from the same household that includes that white culture like that girl in the video. So it's just like, you know how some people, like black people who believe in the one drop rule, sometimes they're speaking about their mamas being mixed race. I noticed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're taking on their mom's identity.
Yeah, going like trying to defend her, you know, like, okay, but I'm not mixed, but I'm still black. And this whole time you were trying to speak for the possible discrimination that your mom faces for being mixed race.
So this is what they want. They want blackness to start at 25% European.
Mm-hmm.
That's where black Americans want blackness to start. So if you are 25 to 30% European, that's where they want your blackness to start.
Yeah.
So there's no chance for mixed people to have mixed kids. So black people don't understand. It causes erasure. It causes erasure because you're convincing this 25% European person that they're a full black person, and then they get with a full white person, and then they have a kid 60 to 75% white, and they act like they lost their damn minds because their kid came out white, what they say, quote unquote, white passing.
But I also look at it like, you know, just like Dee Dee, like she doesn't have cultural access to other ethnicities, or
that too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a big problem.
I noticed there's some people who are like a quarter white. They always talk about, okay, so but my, again with the biracial parent, like, oh, I'm a quarter German. Does that make me mixed? Like, at the same time, it's just like, okay, so are you questioning that you're mixed race, or are you saying that you're black just to fit in with other black people? Have you been stripped away? I mean, have your mom, you know, getting blacker or something, you know, being with your daddy, has that possibly stripped you from understanding your white culture? Because I noticed, like, have you seen it, like, in the British community, like the British black community? They always, like, the quadroons, they always come in defense for their black grandpa, which is crazy. I ain't never heard nothing like, yeah. Like, they're saying, like, how they still engage or in touch, you know, being part of their black culture, right? You know, that they eat the food, they have a relationship with their grandparents, just like that. And it's just like, you know, I guess, how often is somebody that's a quarter white have a relationship with white people, or whiteness, or white culture? How often? Are they speaking French?
We get called Oreos when we do. When we try to, we get called Oreos. So it's not often, but there's a terminology for it, and it's called Oreos. And I guarantee you, these people who are being called Oreos have significant European heritage too.
Like for instance, like, you already know my mom.
Yeah.
But I already know her condition. She does not have access to it at all. She don't. But does she, like, look, she does play a bit in her ambiguity about her hair, especially about her hair. I noticed that it's just her hair. that she wants to play
Yes.
and be. Does she like it that she's ambiguous or something to people?
Yeah, she wants to be more ambiguous.
Wow. So I'm sure she liked it when Pakistanis or Middle Easterns were like going after. I'm not saying like sexualizing her, but I'm saying that it's just like, oh, you look like you could be one of us moment. Like she thought that was cute, right? She thought that was cute, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you look like you're one of us, and then
Right. So yeah, but there are, especially in this society, grifts are increasingly getting in touch with quote unquote white culture because they're making so many grifts.
yeah.
And it's not like, oh, you're a grift because you had it passed down because 2 MGM parents, 4 MGM grandparents. No, people are becoming grift with living white relatives, living white grandparents
And
that
that's
they spend a lot
yeah.
of time with.
Yeah, and then they keep talking about it's from slavery, and it's not from slavery. Like there's we actually have biracial or grandparents, or not for me, because maybe my
Yeah.
mom, yeah, like speaking for my
Right,
mom,
your mom.
but she doesn't have an active family.
But we're getting to the
Yeah,
point, but people are making so many mixed children. White women are having so many mixed with black children that there are grifts who spend so much time with their white grandparent. They are also in black and white culture. So there are some grifts that are actually more into white culture than there are black culture because they are raised by their white grandparent.
and,
There are mixed race parents, there's mixed race women, and mixed race men too, but there's mixed race parents that are taking children they have with black guys, and the black dad sometimes takes off, or even the black mom takes off, and then they take that child to their white mom to raise.
and it's just like goes down to probably like the possibility of Dee Dee saying that Pakistanis, not just Pakistanis, or like black people can have white moms.
Right.
And then like it's just like how she brought up like her silly example. It was just, okay, let's say I was black with a Korean mom. Am I not black too? I'm just like, hold on. Does she feel uncomfortable with black people saying that she's not black because she's mixed race, or does she fears being told that?
She fears not being seen as black. Yes.
I know look, based off of her personality, and I'm not talking about her being an Oreo. Like for instance, she likes Harry Styles. She likes One Direction. Was she getting disrespected? Because I noticed like a lot of black girls, they get disrespected for liking white celebrities.
Yes.
Like I remember when I talked about like black women not finding proper representation using Minot. She talked about how white media is not palatable for black women. So it was just like the best you could do was get a mixed girl, and all the positive representation led to mixed women, and
So this is why white media. Yeah.
But and I'm just looking at her like, how often do we see like the black sweethearts? We remember Miguel, right? Or I mean, some of it was mixed race men. I mean, we could talk about Denzel, Earl James Jones or something. We could talk about those, but it's just like, and then I listened to my mixed friend, the Caribbean African American one, that she hates to not see any black boys become the sweetheart. And so I'm just looking at my friend.
Nice to see what?
I'm looking at my friend. It's just like she likes white male celebrities. She likes Harry Styles and all them boys.
Mhm.
Like the men she likes to draw, like apparently she likes to draw. The men she likes to draw are white men. And
Right.
then the men she dates. I mean, my first time, like, seeing her with a boyfriend was like a white Hispanic, like a white and native Hispanic from Mexico.
Yeah.
Like he said his grandparents were from Spain.
That's really not that.
There's,
There's a lot of pro-black. There's a lot of pro-black white racials and black women with white guys
yeah.
and white adjacent men.
But my thing is like, okay, is she really attracted to black men? Is she psychologically attracted to black men? Like, does she think?
No.
Yeah,
No,
like
she no. It's a social conditioning. To be pro-black is to be attracted to black men.
yeah. But we went to a black school. Like, she talked about, oh, I went to the same school as you. Okay, well, yeah, we went to the same school. We know what our school looked like, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then yeah, and then when, and I know I shouldn't be saying anything, but like when I saw that she went to college, she was posting her man crush. It was white men in basketball. She was posting them. Maybe that one good, it was like probably one good time. So I could tell like she has some type of attraction towards him.
Right.
So he was like,
What'd you say, Elle?
Did you put the things in the oven?
No, I'm a little bit behind. I just stuck my dough in the freezer, so.
So that
But yeah, I'll finish up soon.
So that's how that's how I think, like that's how I'm saying, like she's not really attracted to black guys. And I know it's none of my business, but then she brought up hunters. Like she said, like, oh, your white boyfriend, like no,
Maybe she's jealous you have a white boyfriend.
yeah, and it's just like she's like, oh, it's odd that you said, brought up how people compliment you. I was like, it's not odd because you're arguing with me, and it's just like you're upset with my answer, and then you tell me I don't know the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality, and like this is the same. Like I said to you, Elle, before, that she's the same girl who tried to insult my intelligence by Googling that Pakistanis are Middle Eastern, and she's like, you're Middle Eastern, like Pakistan's part of the Middle Eastern, is a Middle Eastern country. You're Muslim, you're Middle Eastern. And what bothered me to a point where she has to say to me, what do you have against Middle Easterns, when I just don't feel like there's a cultural connection as I'm being forced to. Because that's something I don't like about the American people when
people
they
are stupid. Pakistan used to be part of India.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I just did not like that. And so for her to say that I don't know the difference between ethnicity, race, and nationality, and again, like she came to my comments talking about Obama, that I had to make an example of my Pakistani heritage when she asked me, when she told me that Obama wasn't foreign. But okay, I know Obama isn't foreign, but I'm talking about his black heritage.
I mean, he is foreign. He got a foreign dad. He's born in America, I guess, but
so
he has a parent.
So it's just like, I wanted her to understand that, okay, I'm not foreign either, but remember how like people treated my Pakistani identity as foreign, right? Just or she's Black American herself. I know I know there was a possibility that she had to hear about the cultural differentiation between Black Americans, like our people, to Africans. Like there was some type, not only the cultural differentiation, discrimination, calling black African is a booty scratchers and all that. And what else? She had to hear about like the economic differences, or talk about, or I know she had to hear those things, right?
She had to hear about that.
Yeah, so she had to hear about it. So it's just like, okay, so why don't you believe that? Why aren't you like feeling the understanding that even though you come from a whole different ethnic group, you are still treated like you are foreign. So that's why like I brought up my Pakistani identity, because like she is one of those people who remind me that I was culturally, and it's not just her, it's like everybody else. They just remind me that I'm different because of my Pakistani dad, that he's just un-American. You know, Obama gets treated like he's un-American at a certain degree.
Right.
At a certain degree.
Yes. So it's annoying.
Yeah, so that's something I have to deal with. Obama got to deal with that too. But it's just like, for her to say that and then say Obama is African American because he's African, or his and it's just like, no, the African American identity is not for people with foreign heritage. And I'm not talking about like multi-ethnic people. I'm talking about it's just based on the specific history that we have. That's what makes you African American.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, so most Americans, they don't really go by, I mean, they do. It's just like, okay, but you're just taught that you're black. Nothing else. We're just black or black American, like at a universal talking point. Black American, African American. Oh, I'm not African. We're not Africans. We didn't come from Africa. We just evolved from Africans. Like stuff like that. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know she's being. So we, even though we come from different. It's just like for her to say that my mixture isn't unique, but she still treated me as such. She's one of those people that treated me as such.
Yeah, she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand ethnicity, race herself, and she doesn't. So I read her comment. I read her comment. She confused African American with a nationality. There's no African American country. It's an ethnicity. But in America, I'll give her credit because in America it's considered a race.
Yeah, but I have a question. Why did she why did she say that me referring that she has internalized colorism is a buzzword, and this is a buzzword that Black women created?
Say that again.
Why did she take down the post where? Because I know she wanted to be snarky towards me. Why did she take down the post of me talking about that she has internalized colorism?
That she has a what?
That she has internalized colorism.
Oh, because she has internalized colorism.
But why she took it down, and like she was making fun of me, like she was she was like, oh no, like she.
It like, bothers her. You hit a nerve. She took it down because you hit a nerve. Because she has an internalized colorism.
Does she understand my standing point, or does she just want to be petty?
What?
Did she understand my talking point, or she just want to be petty?
She's just being petty.
Okay. Because, I say, like, she's trying to get some social points, and then she said, okay, I already have the friends that I have. Like, no, I see the comments, it's like people were shocked to see that I'm still around, or I still exist, or I have a profile. Like, it's not who I think it is. And it's like, this is what she comments. Oh, it's exactly who you think it is. So you're mocking me. You are mocking.
Yeah, she was mocking you.
Yeah, you're mocking me. Yes. So I don't have any. Is she jealous to have a lot of followers? Like I know that's not something to be jealous of, but like, does she always wonder like what I do with my following or something, or what my follower does?
It crosses her mind. It crosses her mind. Yes.
How did I get these followers?
Yeah.
What did she think I got my followers for?
She doesn't know.
Okay.
She wonders if they're as racist as you are. Is there concern about being better than black women as you are?
Most of look, most of my followers like are usually black, right? I noticed like the ones who
Hold
interact
on
with
real
me.
quick. I'll be back.
Starbucks! Starbucks! Your best purple. Let me see. I'm gonna send this. I don't know if she likes purple. If love like, hi, can I have food?
You know what?
Can I have food, baby bear? Oh, are you watching my video? What details did you got from that information?
I only watched about 15 minutes of it because I was with Tom for his birthday.
Oh.
And I was really mad after work, so I didn't want to be mean or anything like that.
Yeah. Wait, are you watching it from YouTube or Kick?
I was watching it on YouTube.
Oh, so you heard the conversation a little bit in
What
regards to you.
conversation?
Oh, Hunter's on the phone.
Oh.
He said he watching my
Hi,
live from
Hunter.
YouTube. She said, hi, Hunter.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm on the way home now. You want to eat together or you want to pick something up?
What? What do you want to get?
Talking about biryani.
Look, it was from Carrollton. What? Do you want biryani? Why he like biryani? He like biryani more than me and my mama do. I ain't never seen no white boy talking about he wants some biryani.
He said he wants a what?
He wants some biryani. I ain't never seen a white boy talking about he wants some biryani.
Oh, I don't know. You got a legit white boy. The universe sent you the good one.
The universe sent me a good.
Look, girl, we was doing that magic. I'm trying to tell you. You better like those. I tell you all the time. The cards never lie.
He's my broke white boy that gonna get paid about 29.
Yeah, look. All I know is I saw a spicy white boy, you know, that just came along out of nowhere.
And the spiciness is Native American.
Look, I didn't specify. The spiciness was never specified, but he was gonna be a spicy something. He was gonna be somebody's quadroon or octoroon. And look, I hope it. I won't say I hope, but you guys would be a cute couple. I'll say that.
This is what my friend said. Like, oh, you two are gonna have cute curly headed. Like she looked at him, like looked at his hair, and said, okay, I'm gonna pass down the curls.
Curly haired kids.
I'm gonna be scared. Like my kid's hair is gonna be looser than mine's.
That'll be look, girl. You just start doing that magic. That's how my grandma did me. Look, my grandma did witchcraft so that I come out with curly hair. Mind you, my parents got curly hair, but she made sure she did that that hoodoo so that I would have curly hair. So.
Yeah. But like another issue.
The genetics are there. You just gotta encourage it with witchcraft.
Yeah, and like here's like another issue like with Dee Dee. It's just like why did she why did she wanted to bring up Hunter? Like it's just why.
So
Like, did she watch the whole video where I say, okay, maybe like, okay, therefore, like, okay, since she brought up my boyfriend, she does believe that men find me complimentary.
yeah, she watched the whole video, but she honestly she thinks you make it up. She thinks that you're conceited and a narcissist and you make stuff up because you need attention.
Like, okay, so I had to ask, what's that buzzing? What's that buzzing? Okay, so I had to ask. I went up to like a half Swedish, half Pakistani girl, and I had to ask. I had to ask her. It was just like, okay, so do you get attention by foreign men wanting to know where you're from? And her name's Aaliyah. Her name's Aaliyah.
Right.
I asked her that, and you know, I think she didn't like. She didn't like. I feel like she didn't like it. She has to endure that.
She didn't like it. She didn't like it.
She didn't like it, but there's like does she find like she really hugged me real tight. Like she hugged me real tight. Like, you know, okay, you know, respect your boundaries, but like she hugged me even more.
Yeah.
Like, so I know like we built like some type of connection, but it was just like I just had to ask her, you know, do people approach like other ethnic groups approach you? Like, do you get attention that you don't want or you don't expect just by the way you look? Especially like being somewhat un-American, somewhat. So, you know, like, yeah. So she get that, like, does she get that type of attention? And she say, yeah, like I can see it in her eyes, like she does not like it. She don't.
Right.
Does she get conflicted with her identity?
Yes.
Oh. So what did she thought when I talked to her about the cultural differences, you know, especially being mixed, right? How did she feel about me?
She feels there's a conflict of identity, but she's really interested in your perspective. So she's trying to process it all herself.
So did she find me like, did she thought like I was somewhat important to her that, oh, like I could see that girl understands me.
Yeah, she's helping you. She feels like you're helping her process her identity.
Aw. But it was like I only had classes with her, but like we don't talk about being Pakistani. We don't.
Right. Still, it's nice to have a connection.
Yeah.
It's nice to connect with somebody.
Who else? There's you and other mixed race people. It was just like somebody who was like in the Asiatic line, but it was just like she's mixed with white. I'm sure she gets disappointed or she hates being told like she doesn't look like she's Swedish. I know she don't. Like, you know, same way like how people talk about Zayn Malik and stuff, like she gets hyper, you know, that she has hyper visibility or like of course she knows about her Swedish culture. Like I don't know. I don't know nothing about Swedish people. I don't know if her mom was like a Swedish immigrant or like she was a child of immigrants.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is she still thinking about me? Does she still think about me? To that point.
Does she still think about you?
Yeah, Aaliyah. That I brought some type of life lesson or lecture to her. Yeah.
Yeah. She still thinks about you.
Oh. And then yeah. And this was I'm saying like about Dee Dee. Like she does not have my lifestyle for her to say that nobody finds me interesting when they do. Like when you're like especially when you're an immigrant, what are these immigrants gonna do? They gonna find other immigrants. They're gonna ask you like, are you relatable to me? Like not just family wise, like do we have something in common? So I can like value you, share something with you. Can I get you a job? Can I get you a plate of rice? But like that's I don't know if she gets that type of attention. I don't know. Has she complained to me about her friends? Has she complained about me to her friends? Lofa. She did.
Hello?
Hey, so
No.
she
Yeah,
hasn't.
no.
She hasn't
You're
complained.
good. Right.
Where the fuck he going? Oh, has she? So has she complained about me to her friends about my
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just like them. It was just like them making fun of me. And then what did that person mean that I haven't changed, or like, oh, I remember how she acted. Like,
So it's yeah, people who went to school with you, they're
yeah,
talking shit, and she doesn't defend you.
yeah.
So
So
right.
so I said like I told her like she's hella nasty for that. How did she feel? How did she feel?
Exactly.
How did she feel for posting
Her,
that?
so yeah, some kids remember you from school because
Hmm.
they talk shit.
You know what my stepdad said? He said that people are gonna remember me. Even my high school teacher, like the white one, who was married to a black woman. There's people who are gonna tell. Well, him and my stepdad. They told me that I was gonna be remembered by because I was Pakistani. Like I was the token. Like they were treating me like I was some type of token. That people were gonna remember you because like I was like the only Pakistani in school, and like they know like ain't nobody else was Pakistani, but besides me and my sister, you know. You hear me, Lofa? Ah, she went out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yes.
So yeah. So,
Okay, I
ah,
gotta go eat dinner.
okay. Bye.
Yeah.
See, yeah. Bye. What the fuck is this city? It just looked like a little cul-de-sac. Look like a blue. It just looks like a fingerprint. So trying to name the hottest men you love USA Island because most men are ugly. still driving?
Yeah.
Is it a distraction?
Oh, did you send a text?
Yeah. Oh no.
'Cause
No,
might
I
text
was
that-
like, no, I was like wondering how can we improve ourselves to be scientists or engage with other people who are in science, other than I mean, okay, possibility school, but it's just like how can we get that? How can we go through that together? Well,
I mean, as long as you're respectful, they allow you to most auditoriums.
okay, because like you already like know about like the situation, how like Ray,
Yeah,
part of his intention was like to corrupt my reputation, or
mean, if
or I
get
did
a
it myself. Yeah, it's just either or
if
either I did it to myself.
If I get a job in Dallas, honey,
Huh?
I'm probably gonna switch colleges if I get the job in Dallas.
You gonna have to? Or
I
you
mean,
saying?
if I'm gonna work in Dallas, why not go to school in Dallas?
Yeah,
That's my school, so I'll be able to do stuff there.
yeah.
I need to see if they would have a degree plan transferring over, but I should be allowed to.
What, like UTD? UTD is like your best bet of going to
Dallas
college.
College. Is it a hard college?
I don't.
'Cause
I
don't
think
hear
I
much
think their
about it.
biochemistry. I think their biochemistry has better is better than UNT's, because
I mean,
they have a better science department than UNT's, because the research and science department is not actually funded, so it's a music school, and just like how like some
It
people are
is.
like, oh, research these colleges, and I really don't care. Like I really don't care about research in college. Just like I just want to go to school, blah blah blah, and then what?
Yeah, but
And
the
then some people.
research is available. So what you're trying to reach to do is more helpful.
Yeah. So I've been to UTD as like a tourist in high school,
Yeah.
right? And it was just like, I was in STEM class, so and I was like talking about it with my high school classmate, or a girl I used to see in high school a lot. We were like in the same social group. She I saw her, I noticed like her career path, it was more artsy. It's more about arts. So she talked about how like she misses STEM, or like she thought like what I'm doing is somewhat inspirational in regards to science. And she mentions that she misses STEM class, and it was just like, oh yeah, but like you know in like STEM, and I told her like I didn't want it to be in biology, right? I never thought I could.
You wanted to do radiology.
I mean, yeah, radiological science was uh was one of them, but it wasn't like my biggest passion. It was just like it's like nursing. You know how like people go to nursing and then just so they can get a job, and then yeah, that's how I thought it was. So when I looked at radiological science and read the textbook, I thought learning about it was very interesting. I thought that was interesting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I thought I talked about reading cell theory for the first time.
Yeah. So it was just like,
I thought I got a cell biology.
yeah, and then I could have been like in biology, right, or chemistry, but it was just like, oh, I picked biochemistry. I don't even know what biochemistry was, and then now I know.
Why I picked biochem?
Why did you pick biochem? Why did you pick biochem?
You want me to tell the story when I get in the house?
Shh. Can we stream it? Can we?
Hello?
Can we stream it? Can we stream it?
The reason I picked biochemistry.
Yeah.
All right. Let me take my shoes off.
Where are you at?
On the way down the street.
Oh, did you get food?
No, I asked you if you want me to pick it up or come with me, but you never answered.
Oh, fine. I'll come with you. Where do you want to go?
I That's what I thought we were gonna figure out when I got there.
Oh, okay. So,
Sorry. Taco Bell.
I don't want no Taco Bell.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
like Taco Bell.
I like Taco Bell too. What, do you want to get pupusas?
Pupusas? Where are the pupusas at?
Let me hold on.
Do you remember
Let me see like
for our first date?
taco
So,
place.
like for one of our starter dates?
Which one?
The one where you're like trying to speak some Spanish, you got cut off by kind of greedy.
Yeah, cause you were mad and jealous that I could speak broken Spanish.
I never said I was jealous.
You were jealous that I could speak broken Spanish. I ain't never thought a man would be jealous of me for speaking broken Spanish.
I thought that was cute.
No, you literally got upset. Like, I kid you not, you literally got upset. I ain't never, like, that was bad jealousy right there for, like, the smallest capability that you could do.
Mm-hmm. I'll put that Google Translate, I swear.
I mean, it's not hard to speak Spanish.
I know how to order tacos in Spanish, that's about it.
That's what you need to do. Okay, so there's, wait, is it Parkway? Hold on. Let me see the city.
They have beef, chicken, shrimp, and turkey.
There's Torchy's Taco.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I heard you. There's me. Do you want Drunky's Taco? Drunky's? Honey Bear. No, it's Fuzzies. There's Fuzzies. No, LH Taco. There's the taco. Is there no other good taco places? Okay, there's Guanajuato. Is that what you want? Let me see. It's on come here. There's tilapia, la perilla. Oh, it's all in Spanish.
Weird shit.
What is weird? It's not weird. It's food. It's food. It's not weird. Stop saying. Do you want gorditas and so? Like, do you like gorditas? You like tacos? Pescado, burrito.
Say fish.
Why you can't say fish? Why can't you say fish in Spanish?
I know it's pescado, that's why I said you say fish. I never said what.
That don't even sound right. You want caldo de pollo? You want caldos? You want the tacos? Okay, we can taco special plate. Tacos plate. Do you want to go inside?
I want to go all the way down. All the way down.
All the way down. That's not all the way down. This is.
You go down.
You want the taco plate?
Okay, it's the tacos burrito.
Tacos de burrito. No, you don't want no damn burrito. Cheeseburger, Mexican cheeseburger with fries. Let me see.
I'll see the menu and get there too.
Okay.
I think I've been to this place actually.
Have you?
Yeah.
Boiled chicken.
Today's Joe's birthday, and Nathan's birthday, and Tom's birthday.
Torta is this? What's everybody's birthday? What special? What Cuban, Hawaiian, Spanish, German, Texan, American? What does that mean? The tortas? You want to go there? You want a torta? Okay, bye guys.